Hello and welcome everyone to Coders Arts. This is Shivam Agarwal and I am going to be your online instructor and guide throughout this tutorial. This tutorial is about database with SQL. In this video, we are going to deal with the concept of database. Okay, this is the second video of this tutorial where we'll be going to understand what a database is and how it is constructed. Okay, now when I say database, what is the first thing that comes into your mind? Maybe an organization of data or data arranged in the form of rows or columns that most people have seen in the database. But the most prominent picture that should be in your mind when I say database is an ordered collection of data. Okay. The form of organization of data can vary from the type to type of database. Okay. Most of the people now currently have seen relational database where data is arranged in rows and columns. Okay, but there are more types of database where data is arranged in other forms. So that should be for the first thing in your mind. Let us look at the relational database first that we are going to cover in this tutorial as well. The relational database is a kind of database which has data in the form of tables. Okay. Now tables are something that collect the data in the form of rows and columns, and database may contain a large number of such tables. Okay, so database is a collection of tables. If you need the definition of database, the database is a collection of related tables. Okay, what do I mean by related tables? See, when a large number of tables are created in a database is of no use if those tables are not related. Okay, so there has to be a relation between the tables that are inside the database. How the relation is constructed, we'll see in the coming video where we'll discuss the relational database management system. Okay, so a database is a collection of tables and has a large number of tables. Okay, so let us look at what is table. The table is nothing but a grid of rows and columns which store the data. ठीक है? So the data will be in the field and record format. Here is how a table will look in a database. So the table will contain the header where heading will be placed. That this heading will define the attribute of the table. Okay. I'll be telling you some terminologies of database as well in this video. So these headings will be termed as attributes of the table. Okay. And every data that is being input inside the column, each cell, will be termed as a record. Okay. So this complete thing is a record. While head 1, including all the things inside this column, will be called as an attribute. Okay. So this is a field, this is a record. Horizontal lines are record, vertical lines are fields. Okay. So that are the terminologies. If you say record, I mean by rows, and if I say field, I mean column. What do the rows denote? Rows denote the specific data, while column denote the attributes. Okay, so that is how the tables are formulated in the form of rows and columns, or we can say record and field for being more sophisticated. So this is how your database concept is going to be. We'll be using the relational database in this tutorial. Let me tell you what non-relational database looks like. Remember that about non-relational database, we have already made a playlist in MongoDB, which is a non-relational database management system. You can look over there if you want to know more about this. Non-relational database will store data in the key value pair. Okay, key value pair. If you have studied Python, you must have seen dictionaries or hash maps. Hash map store the data in the key value pair. Okay, so this is how the data will be stored in non-relational database. Inside the curly braces, you have keys and have some value associated to that key. Okay, database that store the data in this format are called as non-relational database, and those who store data in the table format, tabular format, including data in the rows and columns, that are called as relational database. Okay, I hope you have cleared the difference between the two, and now you know that database is not just of one form where it is stored in rows and columns. It can be of non-relational type also, where it is stored in key value format. Okay, so that is how the database will look. Let me show you an example of the database to clear a more sophisticated understanding of database. So this is PHP where I've created a database called as MongoDB. Inside this, if I click on the database, you can see there are these four tables: one, two, three, and four. Okay, so the database has four tables. These are related tables. How they are related, we'll see in the coming videos. But if I open one of these, let us say I open one of these, you can see over here there's this random data input in all the cells. But one thing common is there are the headings that I already told you in the previous slide also. There should be headings that denote the attributes, the ID, token, date, issue. These are all the attributes of this table, and everything inside is the data. Okay. If I ask you what does the token column denote, what will you say? In that case, the token column will denote the uh, attribute. Okay, so this will denote the attribute of the table, while this whole row, if I say, what will it denote? It will denote the record of the table. Okay, one record of the table. All of these are records. Okay, so this is how a database will look like. This is table. A database will have multiple tables that are related to each other in some format. Okay, so this is about the database. Now let us see some terminalities. What are some terminology in this? If I say this data is input inside a cell, okay. If I say how many rows of data are available in the database, that will be called as cardinality. Okay, that will be called as cardinality. I'm not going into detail of this because you can already find this information over the internet, and your college also tells you this. So cardinality will be the number of rows. Okay, this is something important, so that that's why I'm telling you, because we'll be using this in the coming tutorial. Otherwise you will know about this in database tutorials as well. So the number of rows will be denoted by cardinality. Each record will be the row. Each attribute will be the column. Okay, so this is something that you will know. That is it about this video. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll start with relational database management system, and we'll see how to manage, access, and store data in the database. Okay, thank you. See you in the next video.